right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Book of Boba Fett, episode 6. All right, so while we're in the Book of Mandalorian...
Yep, Book of Din, that's right.
Book of Din, I would like to continue this a little bit.
I would
feel like
too.
There's a lot of potential there.
And it does seem like they're intending to, at least for a little bit, because of the whole thing of like him wanting to give the probably Beskar chainmail to Grogu, but at the same time, that could just be like the beginning bit of the episode or something before he goes back to work with Boba.
Sure.
Either way, though, I'm up for whatever because, you know, I really enjoyed the last episode. It was a lot of fun.
And in some ways, I feel like if you're going to have a show that's not, you know, entirely like Book of Boba Fett in the actual like presentation of the strictest sense, build your MCU.
Yep.
Build it. You know? Like we get it. It takes time.
That's right.
And you know what? You've got a lot of characters that you introduced in The Mandalorian and stuff like that that are wonderful. And you got a whole bunch of other shows you want to, you know, set up and tease and what have you.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Right. It's just all more Star Wars, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe and we've got the Mandalorian Cinematic Universe.
I mean, bro, like having just a general bounty hunter like focus in Star Wars with Chrysanthemum.
Yep.
Oh, it's just so good. And then, of course, you know, having everything being helmed by, you know, Filoni and Favreau.
And apparently he directs this
episode,
right?
Yeah. I think he does direct this episode.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Usually Filoni directing an episode...
gives it a very specific flavor.
Gives a very specific vibe of things, meaning that we're probably seeing Grogu this episode. Like we're most likely seeing Grogu this episode.
I'd be kind of, given how the previous episode ended, I'd be kind of surprised if we didn't see Grogu this episode. You know?
Yeah, I could definitely see it being a thing where if they focus back on Boba with regards to Tatooine a little bit more while he was off, you know, going doing his traveling, Din.
Yeah,
and that could maybe be that's all the setup they wanted for you know, Mandalorian season 3. There you go, you could do that. But I think it would actually make sense to have a bit more of a focus on Din continuing, because otherwise it would make the previous episode too jarring.
Right.
You need to kind of have a coming full circle where
too jarring.
Yeah. A bit of a Din of chaos, a more wretched Din of scum and villainy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But hey, Naboo Starfighter retrofitted to be a bounty hunter, you know, like, you know,
pretty awesome.
That tickles my nerd heart. My geek heart.
Just the fact that we got to see it get built too. That did so much for me.
It used to just stiff the X-Wing escorts.
Because why not?
They were great.
Yep.
Oh, that was wonderful. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Pikes, okay.
It's all there. We'll leave the specs and take the credits back to Mos Eisley. The rest will follow.
Do you know where you are, gentlemen?
Oh!
Hey!
Yeah!
Think it through. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, being you're not from around here, and say you figured you're in the middle of nowhere. But everything out there, to everything out there, is the Mos Pelgo territories. If you gentlemen load up your wares and head back to where you came, we can chalk this one up to you guys reading the map wrong.
Yeah.
Think it through.
Now you can leave the stuff behind.
Tell them I've heard of the Syndicate. Take their credits back with you. And I say this with respect. Anyone gets lost running spice through Mos Pelgo again will be lost forever.
Yeah. The spice must flow.
Yeah.
Damn. Return to the desert. Okay, yeah, that's just a cool, cold open. I love it. All right.
I came to see the kid. Grogu?
Oh, they're clearing the site. Oh. Whoa.
All right.
Yeah. Oh.
Luke looks good.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come over here, Snack.
He's like, oh.
Okay.
But training is hard, Master Skywalker.
Breakfast was a while ago. So he's getting him properly motivated. He's like, you think being able to grab a frog right now is cool, but
for now,
yeah,
we're meditating so that you can. Oh, he's like laughing. Oh.
I want to tell you about someone you remind me of a great deal.
Oh.
His name was Yoda. He was small like you, but his heart was huge, and the Force was strong in him. He once said to me,
Put him on your shoulder, damn it.
yeah.
Size matters not. That's how he talked. Let me help you remember.
Oh. Oh, cool, this effect from Revenge of the Sith.
Oh!
Oh, shit. Oh, Syndraulic.
How'd he end up surviving? Yep, hands right next to him.
Hey!
Okay!
Hey!
Then what are you doing here?
That's my question for you.
I'm here to see the kid.
That's why R2 brought you to me instead.
Ah,
Okay.
gotcha.
There's nothing now,
Right, but eventually.
but will someday be a great school.
Wow.
Grogu will be its first student.
Yeah. Oh.
Your attachment to Grogu would be difficult to let go of.
He was a Mandalorian foundling in my care. I just want to make sure he's safe.
There is no place in the galaxy more safe than here with Luke.
Okay. Here he is. It's that easy. Yeah.
All right.
Are you doing this for Grogu, or are you doing this for yourself? If you're set on it, then allow me to deliver it.
Yeah.
I came all this way. He's right there.
Grogu misses you a great deal. If he sees you, it will only make things more difficult for him.
Oh. I think he gets that.
Yeah.
Make sure he's protected.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They're not gonna stop his choice, Din, from going to see you later.
Yeah.
Just because
Uh-huh.
just because he's doing this now doesn't mean you'll never see him again. Yeah. Oh.
Could probably feel him there.
Maybe, yeah. Yes, with the little backpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Hang on. Wide world exists in balance. Feel the Force all around you. through the Force,
Nice.
you will find
Get that
balance
theme
as well.
going. Yep. Build.
Yeah, okay.
This is a training remote. It will test your reflexes.
Is it a ball? I roll it? Yeah.
No, that isn't how it works.
Now, won't he need a training saber for this?
If it
Don't
hits,
zap
if it
Grogu.
hits,
Grogu.
if it hits Grogu, fans outrage.
Yeah.
Get back up. Always get back up.
Because he doesn't have any way to deflect it. So.
Right. Whoa!
Nice.
Whoa!
All right, cool,
Wow,
cool.
that's
Very
adorable. What?
Oh,
Oh! This...
this is so cute.
For someone that... Oh, careful. It's not what it's for, Grogu. Oh, look.
It's more like he's remembering than I'm actually teaching him anything.
Jedi
Sometimes
Temple.
the student
Right.
guides the master.
You would
Yeah.
know that, right?
Mandalorian was here.
As I told you, the two share a strong bond. And he brought him a gift.
Sometimes I wonder if his heart is in it.
So much like your father.
And when she says that, that's actually a compliment.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What should I do about him?
Trust your instincts.
Will I see you again?
Like,
Perhaps. May the Force be with you.
right. Yeah. He's
Like-
young,
Yeah, he does not know what he's doing. Like, he's
Nope.
doing his best, and he's doing a good job.
but he's in his, mid-20s.
Yep.
Yeah.
See his face on his armor.
Right. Yeah, the attention to detail in these Star Wars shows just gets ridiculous. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because I understand how much effort and work and time and money and everything goes into making these. And,
I'm here at the request of Fennec Shand.
All right.
The
All
Pike
right.
Syndicate has been gathering soldiers the last few weeks. Mayor Mark Shays is on their payroll and has flown off-world, which leads us to believe the storm is about to break.
Yeah.
About
A
that.
scheduled vacation, actually.
The three crime families of Mos Espa seem willing to lay low
Okay.
and
good.
let the Pikes move on our territory. This is the Mandalorian Din Djarin. Thanks to him and Chrysanthemum, we now have enough experienced muscle to act as enforcers.
Okay.
The mods have done a thorough job of surveying the streets, but we lack the numbers to cover our
Yep.
territory if an all-out war comes.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit, that's right, because there were the Tuskens that he worked with to defeat
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Great Dragon.
Whoa!
Oh,
my God!
Oh, shit. Those Jawas are proud of that.
Actually, the smartest species in all of Star Wars. Just never get the opportunity. Oh, sure. That's why they showed Mos Pelgo. Yeah.
You want to park your starship, you got to do it out there in the flats.
I'm
Seems
looking for
pretty
Marshal
flat.
Vanth.
I don't think you heard what I said.
I heard you.
I'll take it from here, Deputy. He's new. Still a bit jumpy. Is that a Naboo starfighter?
That's what it started off as. Haven't seen you since you gave up your armor. How have you been?
More careful. Where's the little guy?
Back with his own folk.
That's too bad. I guess we both lost something we were fond of. I still don't see what all that's got to do with me.
I need you to lead a garrison. Your people are good fighters, and there's plenty of credits in it for them, too.
Plenty. Yeah.
We took out that dragon. My people don't want to fight no more.
Yep.
Your
Makes
town
sense.
might be good for now, but it's all part of the same planet. We need good people to step up or the spice is bound to come through these parts.
Why should they risk their lives for this Boba Fett?
Mos Pelgo might be good right now.
Freetown.
What?
It's called Freetown now.
Yeah.
Change the name.
Cool.
Suits us better.
Yeah.
But I didn't think you were one to back down from bullies.
See, that's what I like about you, Mando. That big smile of yours lets you get away with anything.
That's fun.
There's no easy way to ask for a favor.
I'll tell you what. Things are tough around here. But I'll see what I can do. Get the word out. I want all men and women of fighting age to come to town. We'll have a meeting.
A meeting. Yeah.
Not our problem, Marshal.
No, but it might be after they hear what I'm gonna say.
No. No, you're
Oh
kidding.
shit.
No.
Oh shit.
What is he doing here?
Oh shit.
That looks like.
Yeah, that's him.
No.
That's him. That is him.
No.
I know that walk, that cape, that hat.
Yeah, only like one person.
So the Pikes fucking hired Cad Bane to go and...
Oh shit, that's a good point. Yeah, they might have.
They might have.
Let me handle this, deputy.
Oh my god, it is him.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
not leaving you out here alone.
Get back inside. Yep.
And who might you be?
Whatever Fett is paying you, we'll match. And all you've got to do is stay put and let things play out.
Hey,
Shit.
the Marshal ain't for sale.
Back inside.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Yeah.
I'd be careful where I was sticking my nose if I were you.
Dude.
I just
Is your
can't.
friendly
This is
advice or a
happening.
threat?
Boba Fett is a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire.
Yeah.
You tell your spice runners Tatooine's closed for business. This planet's seen enough violence.
You should have never given up your armor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well. Oh yeah, he totally is.
Yeah, this is exactly the good, bad, and the ugly. Shit!
Tatooine belongs to the Syndicate. As long as the spice keeps running, everyone will be left alone.
Shit.
Jeez!
Oh my god!
Okay, but
It
Cobb's
was
okay.
one shot, so he might
Cobb's
be okay.
That was basically his warning. Oh shit, they left something at the table.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Oh, is that a bomb?
Wait, you forgot your Captuna.
Oh
Oh my
Shit.
god.
no. This is war.
Oh shit. I think he's got a lightsaber in that box over there, and he's gonna put the lightsaber on the other side. It is a little suit of chainmail.
The Mandalorian wanted you to have this. This
Is that Yoda's?
is a lightsaber.
I
Is
think
that
it might
Yoda's
be.
lightsaber?
Yeah.
It is.
It belonged to my teacher, Master Yoda. I'm offering it to you.
But it's over here.
But you may choose only one.
Why not both?
If you choose the armor, you'll return to your friend, the Mandalorian.
Oh.
However, you will be giving into attachment to those that you love, and forsaking the way of the Jedi. But if you choose the lightsaber, you will be the first student in my academy, and I will train you to be a great Jedi. It will take you many years to master the ways of the Force, and you may never see the Mandalorian again. Because, Grogu, a short time for you is a lifetime for someone else.
Well, you do this.
I mean, he's grown up a lot. Like, he's capable of making this kind of a choice. Nice, and then the episode right here. Yeah. Nice, cool.
But the last thing he looked at was the armor. Okay.
That is true. All right. Wow, this was just glorious fan service.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I feel like at this point, that's just sort of officially the point of this show. You know, like, yes, Boba Fett, we're going to see him do stuff. But really, let's be real. You know, it's about just expanding the Star Wars universe and bringing over stuff from, you know, either books or, you know, animation into the live action. And
I am all about that.
I'm absolutely okay with that.
Yep, we had Chrysanthemum from the books.
Yep.
We now have Cad Bane from the animated series.
Yep.
We've got Ahsoka, which was done in Mandalorian and stuff like that.
But it's just keeping that trend going of just bringing the stuff over and awesome. More toys to play with.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Now, this episode overall focused, I would say, on kind of a duo storyline of sorts. We had everything going on with Tatooine, and that was primarily through Cobb Vanth and Freetown, aka Mos Pelgo.
Yep.
Now, I liked the decision to start the episode with him so that we have the connective tissue as to why we're going to go back there later.
Yep.
But yeah, this episode felt very much like it was also shot and paced like a Mandalorian episode again as well, with a lot more focus on like establishing shots, and I really noticed and like I really liked that. But they spent a lot of time though with Luke and Grogu just training,
which
almost like I'm like, whoa, you don't need to go this in depth into it.
Like I love that we got that in general. That was something that I was very much wanting to have at some point. I figured that would happen in Mandalorian season 3.
Yep.
You know, but
or in like the Ahsoka TV show. Maybe?
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. But the fact that we get that here.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why not? You know,
I think it's primarily to sell the weight of the choice.
Yeah.
Because what is possible with Grogu here training is such that it would actually make him into a full-fledged Jedi. Because at this pace here, he is making progress, and he is, according to Luke, more remembering what he's already been taught.
Yep.
And kind of reconciling with his own traumatic past rather than most of this being new stuff that Luke is teaching.
Which is a way that you can narratively have sort of your cake and eat it in comparison to the Rey situation, where you don't have to have it be someone who's learning all this for the first time and then they get all this stuff right away, which you can still totally do, but you can say, no, here's the logical reason why things are different, because he did spend, you know, up to potentially decades at the Jedi Temple, right? So, you know, he knows stuff already.
Right. Yeah, and that's exciting because, for one, the idea of Grogu continuously learning what he's forgotten feels kind of fun, because then you can have little callbacks to the prequels and pre-prequels even.
Yeah. And that's
explore things through that.
And that's an additional way to get to know Grogu, because then it's not just who he is now, his interactions with Din, but potentially him thinking back to the way things were.
And
now,
who he was then in a contradiction based on where he is now, to show how much influence Din had on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much Din would be able to interface with Grogu in that manner if he ends up going back to Din, because, you know, currently they don't share a language or anything, right? So it could be kind of hard to have that be brought to the surface, right?
Right.
With Luke, it's a lot more convenient and easy, because he's just like, hey, I have the Force. Want me to help you with that, right? Which was a lot of fun, but
yeah.
Okay.
I really love the Luke scenes primarily serving as the foundation for the choice. A lot of the dialogue felt kind of stilted, and I don't know if that's because of the CG needing to be, you know, just so in order to make the expressions within the voice acting come out really well here. But it definitely sounded like young Mark Hamill, so I'm I have no
it sounded good.
That.
It was more of just the choices of words and delivery.
The delivery a little bit.
But, you know, that could totally be a technical thing. And again, you know, as far as like, I am glad that we have Luke, and
the
if
progression of where Luke's presentation in this aspect is going
Right.
is incredible.
From saying almost nothing and you know, the visuals not being as good to visuals where they are now, where it's really good.
And he speaks a lot.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, let's keep it going, right?
In a decade, who knows what they could
Exactly.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, hell, even 5 years maybe, right?
Right,
You know?
right.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about the next time we'll probably see Luke again in a mainstream capacity, because I like the fact that Disney seems to be focusing mostly on building new properties outside of the Skywalker side of things with these TV shows, especially if they go into this High Republic stuff that they're seeming to be pushing. So, that all being said, cool. We're also seeing like little bits of the eventual Jedi school or temple that Kylo Ren ends up destroying a few decades from now. you
Right.
know?
You know, and while that does sort of make me think of just, yes, maybe this is all for not, no, yeah, you know, yeah, we could theoretically have a bunch of awesome material between now and then that just, you know, shows, like we could have a show about students at the temple. We could get Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy if we wanted to.
We actually could,
Like,
yep.
that, how awesome would that be?
Can you imagine if they did so much characterization to Kylo Ren and Luke from like a young side of things that people would then go, oh my God, actually.
Yeah, we Clone Wars it. Like,
well, right. I kind of like the Last Jedi stuff with Kylo and Luke a lot now. I mean, I already kind of liked their stuff the most out of the movie in general. I thought Kylo was fantastic.
Oh yeah, Kylo was great
in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But that's just something that they're doing here. It's more teasing stuff for their other shows. So Ahsoka has to be there, of course, because it's a Dave Filoni thing there. Yep.
He's just got his like checklist of like, all right, so Ahsoka, yes.
If I'm being brought back, I have to have at least one character from the Clone Wars that will be in there. And they're like, what if we gave you two? And he's like,
it's like
you don't say.
Most people negotiate like, you know, like money and stuff like that, and you know, he probably does that too. But it's like, no, agent, make sure that you make sure my contract.
He's a lead.
No, I know.
He's one of the leads.
For
the Star Wars side of things.
Yeah,
right
so
now. It's just so exciting having him as a lead, because while a lot of what they're doing is, I would say, primarily trying to, you know, win back a lot of Star Wars fans who felt, you know, like that they weren't appreciated as much with the sequel trilogy. I really like that we're also just getting a good, simple little story here, even though I'm confused as to why this is all happening sometimes in the book of Boba Fett. I'm okay with the idea of having a grander stage of things for Tatooine.
Yeah.
And having then a lot more characters that, you know, subtly influence events here. So, meaning we need to clear up why Din is going to help Boba on Tatooine and really help people like buy that.
Right.
Because if Din ends up helping Boba on Tatooine for a long period of time potentially, and that's where Mandalorian Season 3 goes, is that now Boba is a part of Mandalorian Season 3. We need to also introduce him into that. Then we need to sell they are partnered now.
Right,
They're working together.
Yep.
I would love the Fennec, Boba, Din trio with Chrysanthemum as the, you know, side character fourth, you know.
Right.
That just sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic.
Heck, if Cad Bane then comes in as like
joins them, yeah.
Well, you guys seem like you've got a nice gig going on here.
Maybe the Pikes end up being like, okay, Cad Bane's doing a good job and everything, but there gets to be a point where it's just not worth the expenses, and then they're just like, you know what?
Backwater town, backwater planet.
Yeah. You know, the Hutts were right, actually. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that could totally...
You don't have a good spaceport here, really.
Right, like, that could be a way that Cad Bane ends up, like, not being, like, truly beaten necessarily, you know? But at the same time, like, they're able to fight, but then, like, have it end on decent terms.
But here's the thing. Cad Bane was basically just sent as their, like, go deal with that
one random town over there.
Yeah, make sure they do not get involved in this. Cad Bane's like, all right. I mean, you got me for the next month, so...
Right, exactly.
All right, I'll go do that. Goes there and kills the deputy. He shot him like 5 times. Then
he
he's
shot
like,
the one time.
No. I'll give you a second chance. You had the stones to come out here and stare me down.
Right, exactly.
And I respect the professional courtesy here. Whereas your buddy was doing his whole like flanking encirclement thing. And
now I feel like as a decision for Cat, because like, okay, the way this is the way this seems to be set up, right, is, you know, Din shows up and he's like, hey, this is something that could involve you guys, you know, and it's like, well, hey, that's great and all, but we're not wanting to get involved because we just fought a crate dragon and a bunch of people died from that, right?
Right,
you know. And then this happens. This is probably going to be the motivating factor for like, okay, this is kind of our problem. We need to get involved. And if that's the case, it feels a bit strange that Cad didn't kill Cobb.
Well, that's the thing that I feel like is a little bit more of a unique choice here, is that I think he's really confident in his intimidation tactics, letting him know, no, you're outclassed. You're outclassed.
Right.
This was just me.
That's
true. I work for the Syndicate, not like just the Pikes. Like the Pikes are a representation of a syndicate. Like the Pikes are a syndicate themselves. So you don't just you don't just go like, well, row, fight the power. It's gonna be great. You know, no. One professional came in and could have killed you.
Right.
That was a mercy.
Yeah.
So if anything, I feel like he's saying to, like, don't come out here for revenge because I killed all your best people or what have you.
Sure.
You are smart. I'm going to let you live so that you make sure that if you don't want to see any of these non-professionals die, actually, like I killed your deputy and it was nothing.
No, yeah, that's a good point, because if he had killed Cobb, there's a good chance that then the people of the town, while they would be scared shitless, they would also be thinking, we don't have anyone to protect us, and then they might look to Boba and his people to be like, hey, can you look out for us too? And then suddenly they're in their territory. Yeah.
And I think if Cobb is hurt so badly, you know, given that it's Tatooine,
sure, that he can't like fight with them or anything.
So it's a thing of where he's like, no. If I'm not leading this, stay here.
Yeah, I'm. There's no way I'm going to have you guys go and help them without me.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see maybe the bartender guy being like, this is Freetown. You don't make the decisions for us. We respect you. But no, they hurt one of our own, and then they take like a couple swoop bikes and like 6 people, and it makes a small difference, but it's still a thing where Cobb's out of commission either way.
And theoretically, like, Cad Bane and the Pikes wouldn't know where the extra people came from, you know? Like, I mean, maybe they would, but like, theoretically, those people could have come from anywhere, so...
Yeah, and also from just a simple reputation perspective, Cad Bane doesn't necessarily care what they do. Yeah. He's hired here.
Right.
His main job is just to come here, scare the shit out of some locals. He did that.
Yep.
And then
very well.
He shows up, kills a deputy, maims the sheriff, leaves. You know, that's his impression. Yeah. He just comes in, does that, and it's basically you mess with the Syndicate, they'll send a professional. You can't handle a professional, and so don't do this again.
Right, and while Cad Bane might be their best professional on payroll, no one else will know that. Nope. It's just they sent a dude and holy shit, you know. Yeah.
He made Cobb look like a little bitch, and it's like, oh, that's the thing. Cobb's serious. He took 3 guys out just earlier in the episode.
Right.
So that's a nice little...
He could have taken a 4th. Yeah,
it's a nice little escalating...
Like pecking order show the badassery and then show the... Yeah.
I see what you're doing here, Dave Filoni. This is very video game-esque.
Oh, yeah.
It's
but it's effective.
It's fun.
And I gotta say, that's something that needs to be appreciated, because given that Cad Bane is an existing character...
But a lot of other people don't
other people don't know that. You need to make sure that you don't just have it be a fan service for the people who are fans of Clone Wars, but that you actually reintroduce him as a threat, given the stellar lineup of people that we have on Boba's side. Because the real problem with Boba's side right now is that they don't have mooks. They don't have people to deal with the battle side of things.
Right.
But when it comes to actually like them needing to do specific missions against the Pikes, they're gonna kick ass, right?
Right. Because in Star Wars terms, if you have named characters on your side, you are going to win or run away.
Right.
That's all. You can't really lose.
And it makes sense too here, because like, yes, the Pikes have numbers, but like one Cad Bane versus Boba, Chrysanthemum, Fennec Shand, you know, Din, and the Power Rangers might help too. Yeah.
I like that they're called mods, by the way. Keep this idea of a name going. It's very simple, one syllable. It gets across exactly what they're doing, and it makes the point that they're not actually truly cyborgs. These are mods. They're enhancements. They're things that makes their life a little bit better if they've got, something that's, not as good.
This isn't some General Grievous Darth Vader
This isn't some General
shit.
Grievous Darth Vader stuff. Exactly. And I really like that. And in some ways, it also makes them seem less gimmicky and silly. I like them. I like them just chilling there as like an attaché kind of entourage.
Yeah.
Because they don't have their speeders, but like them just being there is like, yeah, we need more of this. We need more people that can be scouts, people that can go and just stake out a place and just give information. Yep.
Yeah.
Love it. Boba was in this episode, so that is
he was present. That's more than we had previous episode.
Yep.
Also, we had the bombing of the cantina. I really like that they decided to do that because, like, okay,
that's a statement for all of Tatooine.
That's a statement for all of them. The cantina lady, I mean, they could totally plot armor her to still be alive.
I think she's dead.
But it would make sense for her to be dead. Not only did they leave a bomb in an open area, but the droid freaking picked it up, and like moved it right into the middle of the room, so
he picked it up so it has that maximum,
no cover,
radius.
maximum shrapnel hit the most of the room,
and the fire explosion went outside the cantina. It was so big it consumed the entire inner parts of the cantina.
So most likely
droid,
she's dead.
The Bith doing the little musical stuff.
Probably done.
The ortolan, man. Like they killed everybody.
Yep.
And as far as this is a little bit with some named characters in here, or at least one. Yeah, you got a little bit attached to them, didn't you?
Right.
That's basically what
she had a fun dynamic. I like the whole thing of trying to do the whole offer to, clean their helmets and everything so you can give them like the bribe and whatnot, But no, that didn't work because they weren't here for that. And this is something that I'm really glad to see as a potential turn for the Book of Boba Fett as a show.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, Boba, your honor thing only works if you also can demonstrate savagery in this hive of scum and villainy.
So you restrain it for the purpose of honor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but if you don't show that you are capable of that, no one will respect you.
Especially when people who bring their own brutal savagery come to your doorstep.
Exactly.
And make moves like this. This is in some ways the escalation that demands the type of response that Jacob's talking about.
Exactly.
Thus, in some ways, Boba making a response in this aspect will probably impress the families.
Sure.
To where they're like, whoa.
Yeah, let's see the dude that went ham and went ape shit on some stormtroopers with a Tusken gaffy stick, right? Let's see more of that. Because that, people will be like, okay,
I'll follow that guy.
I'll follow that guy. If you're defending us, cool, we're good.
If you have in one hand the honor, the respect, and the discipline, I would say, to deal with a range of people.
Yeah.
That needs to be coupled with the other side of things, which is when roving marauders come to your home, come to your family, basically, you make sure that they never come back again.
Right. And that is something that we haven't really seen from Boba yet.
Yep.
And so I'm excited for things to go in that
direction. They've set up all the pieces.
They've set up all the pieces.
Rancor.
Yep.
We have.
We
have
that
Din
Rancor will
here.
be one hell of a statement.
Fennec. We have Chrysanthemum. We have Mods. We have Bane now. We've got a whole bunch of things that we can have a really solid finale, confrontation here. And then they can decide whether or not they want to continue the show more from Boba's perspective. If Boba wins. Because I think Boba's going to win.
I think so too. I mean, it's the Book of Boba Fett, Boba gets killed in the final episode.
No, I could see this being a thing though where Boba gets actually really badly hurt, but it's the thing of where this is actually his true moment where he basically then bleeds for Tatooine.
Gotcha. He demonstrates through action the positives of his
code.
Right.
He will put himself
Yeah.
in the midst of this.
Uh-huh.
It's the difference between a bounty hunter who sends others a bounty hunter who is sent by others to represent them.
Right.
He is basically saying, no, I am the master of my own fate. I send myself. Like,
right. Exactly.
I go, I am flanked by, great people.
Right.
But ultimately,
I'm at the lead.
I'm the one that's going to take the first hit. I'm the one that's taking the first shot and everything.
That's right.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be really awesome.
That's going to be really cool. But,
I'm kind of getting a vibe because of how this episode went that this almost feels like what the Clone Wars was, but then putting a bit of a veil on it of no, this isn't all one show. right? This is a bunch of different shows, but it's really just sort of like the different arcs of like the one super show, you know? Because I feel like the big problem with Clone Wars that made it hard for people to get into it is that you don't necessarily know what you're going to get episode to episode, right? So if there's something that you don't particularly like, it's, well, where's the next part that I'm going to enjoy? Where's the next part where we deal with the clone troopers or whatever?
Yeah, it's fine now because people can go arc by arc and just kind of watch whatever they want, basically. But yeah, when the Clone Wars was coming out week to week, yeah, that was definitely a thing where I remember people being like, oh, I kind of just going to wait until this arc's over.
Right. And I wonder if that's something that Disney might be doing as like okay, we want to be able to have just like the Star Wars show that's like this big sprawling epic thing.
And then slowly but surely we'll have new shows or super shows that are just new timeline settings.
Exactly.
Where it's like, okay, this one is 200 years in the past.
Yep.
This one is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. This one is, 20 or 40 years or what have you after Rise of Skywalker or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Or, this one is during the rise of the Empire, but it's in this localized area or something like that.
Because like the way they're making this so interconnected with The Mandalorian, I feel like they're wanting to make it so that this is required watching for Mandalorian season 3.
Oh, yeah. Like, that makes sense from a money perspective, too.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
And then it's like, ooh, how much more will they do this? Like, will they come up with, like, a third show that's going to be the one that's going to somehow figure out how to... Sure. Yeah,
that's Ahsoka. You go. That's very clearly going to be the Ahsoka show. The main way in which the Ahsoka show might not be that is that it's actually going to end with her catching up to the Mandalorian timeline. Where it's actually going to be going
like
back
a prequel.
More. It's going to be a prequel of sorts to the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's one way that I could see it happening. But I could also see it being more of a concurrent thing where they go on the search for Thrawn. And that's its
that would be awesome.
There. And that will then set up the Thrawn show that they can do later.
And if we end up getting more Ahsoka, which I would love to
we're going to.
Yeah. Or not like in the Ahsoka show, but like...
in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I really liked the idea of Luke and Ahsoka hanging out because Luke, the son of Darth Vader, right, or Anakin. Skywalker, right, and then Ahsoka, the Padawan of Anakin, right. Like that's a really cool way to tie into the whole Skywalker like stuff, right, without it but having it really feel fresh. I don't know.
I guess, but I feel like the main point of this episode was to show why they're actually not going to interact much.
Oh, yeah?
Is that it's this thing of where Luke's making his own choices. She doesn't necessarily agree with all of them.
Sure.
And in a lot of ways, I think it's probably better that Luke doesn't feel like he needs to basically... build any kind of special deference to what she kind of does here because in some ways she is his senior in this regard.
That's true.
That's true. Probably about 50 at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe high 40s.
I
think.
Right.
That's my guess. I'm trying to do
which might be one of the reasons why she's taking such a backseat is because she's not a Jedi anymore and Luke very much does need to figure out how to do this whole training thing and being the master and all of that.
I think her thing more so will be that she's going to slowly but surely send people Luke's way.
Sure.
And she's not going to be trapped potentially in a new version of the Jedi kind of code inside of things because Luke was very much trying to do the I'm going to follow exactly the stuff that Yoda told me, and I'm not going to deviate from that at all.
Right, which is
and Ahsoka's like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that's your choice.
Yep.
We're all free to make our own choices. I liked that's Ahsoka's wisdom. This episode was kind of the thing of, absolutely, we'll bring this to him, but why are you doing this?
Yeah,
is this for him?
You can go see him, absolutely. I won't stop you.
Right, but have you thought about this?
Right.
And it's a thing where she is trying to push him in a specific direction a little bit, but it's also her trying to be like, hey, where's your head and heart at in this case here? And I really felt Din's emotional struggle of I just want to see him,
Right.
It's really
is that
simple.
So wrong,
Yeah, it's not that it was even the thing of I think I'm saying whether or not that was wrong, but it's just I came all this way. I know he's right there.
Right.
I want to see him. My heart longs to see him again.
Yep. one of the things I was kind of curious if it was going to get brought up, and it didn't, and that's fine because, you know, we were already spending a lot of time on like that area of the galaxy, is the question of who's to say that attachments are weaknesses, right?
I mean, that's
like,
yeah.
And but you know, and that whole thing.
We're already setting up basically Luke's kind of failings in this episode.
That's true. That's true.
In that he's maybe a bit too afraid of figuring this out.
Yeah, it did feel like this was not like it was dependent on like, okay, now you must be thinking of the sequel trilogy when you see this stuff, but it did feel like this is why it was important that the books were burned, right? Or burned, you know, right? Because he has no idea what he's doing, so he's clinging to whatever he can.
Because he did get a lot of specific little words from Yoda, but, you know, if you just take a word out of context or you just take a little bit of his training without...
Yoda had 900 years to find balance within all of the, you know, teachings and stuff that he had in his head. Right. Luke doesn't have that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some ways, the fact that... I mean, this is something that I've always ascribed to, and I love that the EU kind of got into this, but it's something that Last Jedi I did try to get into, was that Yoda was not the best teacher for Luke.
No.
And this is something that Yoda was even aware of, but was in some ways also just, well, you're kind of all we've got, and we can't have a galaxy with Palpatine and Vader running things. So I'm kind of going to use you as a weapon to go and make this problem go away. And one of the worst things that, you know, happens to most of the Skywalker Jedi is that the master that did need to train them, but needed to train them a lot more and be around for them a lot more, ended up dying, leaving early. Qui-Gon, Yoda, Obi-Wan. Like, there's so much in these young Skywalkers that basically they don't get the attachments that would have helped them a lot in this overall experience.
Even with how the Masters were dealing with Anakin in Episode 3, right?
Oh,
you know, like, yes, learning to let go is good advice, Yoda, but that's not necessarily the most helpful thing to say to someone who's in pain, you know?
Right. And that's why, in some ways, I love the Clone Wars so much, is all the Jedi break all the rules. Anakin and Obi-Wan develop one of the strongest attachments in all of Star Wars, like, canon.
Right.
And it's beautiful to see. It's a brotherhood. That's why Ahsoka was so strong as a character, was she provides that third perspective, that strength, that cord, if you will, to the string that is their connection. And as Anakin starts to, you know, deviate things from Obi-Wan, Ahsoka feels that and has that feedback, and it creates this strength.
Yeah.
So
Clone Wars is fantastic.
Clone Wars is amazing. But I like that this episode almost brought up the idea that Luke, you might need some help.
Right.
And
I understand what he was trying to go for with the whole decision between the, you know, the armor and the lightsaber.
Yep.
But it doesn't need to be a decision, right? Grogu could have both. You know, Din could visit on the weekends or something like that, you know, and check up to see how he's doing. That might even help potentially.
Who knows?
But
who knows?
Here we are.
In some ways, what I like about this is that Luke is also moving himself away from the situation by saying, hey, you know what? You're going to outlive me.
That's true.
By a long time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I don't teach you.
That's true.
Like, in some ways, you might end up teaching yourself.
Yeah.
You might end up getting taught by, you know, Jedi of the past through your connection to the Force.
If it takes 100 years longer for you to self-teach yourself the, you know, the Jedi ways or whatever, how to use the Force, oh no, you know.
Yeah, in some ways, Luke is ready to let go of his attachment to Grogu.
Yes. Yep.
So I think Luke introducing the decision doesn't feel like a ultimatum kind of thing. It's him letting go.
Right. Yeah.
But all right, wonderful, glorious fan service.
Oh yeah.
Even the fact that, you know, Cobb was like, Naboo Starfighter. Where's Grogu? Where's the little guy? Oh, it's too bad. You know.
Yep.
There's just some warmth and just home feeling with this episode.
That's
the music was glorious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get the next one.
Yeah, let's get the next one. Yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the full-length timer version of the reaction, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. Sorry. The next episode, we gotta wait until that one comes out. That one coming out there. But if you want to get involved with our Discord, any level of support there gets you access to that, where you can chat with us in the community there about Star Wars, about TV shows, storytelling in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.